So my this video is special for the climate changing, that you know that in this time climate changing is a very major problem for our country. Not only our country, it's any other country, it's in a whole country, it's a very major problem. So in this video I will just talk about that how can we just try to control the climate changing, and how, and what is the role of school if we will say that the climate changing lesson is a compulsory. We can say that what is the strike of school in a climate changing, what can be happen if the school will be aware about the climate changing, and schools teacher will be always ready for the telling to the student that what is the climate changing. And if the student will know in his beginning education time, as like when he is around 8 to 9 to 10 class, then he will know what is the climate changing. So then easily he will just manage it, easily he will know it very well, then he will easily just aware about it. So in this video it is also special for this thing, that how school will strike about the climate changing and how will he control the climate changing in easy way. So let's get started. So you know that in our school level there will be a lots of lesson will include in our syllabus, but I think government should also think about it. The climate changing is a very major problem, so the government should think about it, that here is a not more awareness about the climate changing. People don't have more information what is the climate changing and what is the benefit, what is the not here is nothing any benefit, here is a lots of losses, and it's a cause of pollution. People are not knowing that what will happen if I will do this type of work. But if the government will just include one more lesson in our school syllabus, around one more lesson will be enough, that what is the climate changing, what is the harm of this, and how can we stop. Then you know that in the schooling time the student has started his journey in the education area, and he don't know what is right, what is wrong. And when he will know that what is the climate changing, what can be happen in future if the climate change will continuously happen, then the student will just start to apply that things in his life, because then he will know that the climate changing is a very major problem. And that phase will be starting phase for the student. Then the student will always think about it, that yes, climate changing is very harmful, and we should never we should never think about pollution and any other thing, and the student will always aware about it. So government should think about that. If the government will just take this very small steps, then the here can be a lots of control. Every person will use polythene and any other things, and he will always think about the climate changing. So the climate changing, a major part can be controlled, major part can be disabled, but government are not thinking about it. So it's our duty that we have to just realize the government by any person's video, by any other if any person are just making understand to the government. I know government has a lots of work, government is not free, but government should think about it. And if the people will just think about it, and people will just suggest to government that yes, my government, you should do this type thing, you should include one more topic in the school, and there the teacher will be also read this type thing, then every student who is a beginner as in his school life, in education area, then he will very well know what is the climate change. I am sure that if in this time I know what is the basis of the student, because in this time I am also in the era of education, I am also taking the education. So if I will ask that what is the climate changing to many students, then around 10% student, I am sure that they will not give the proper answer that what is the climate changing. Why? Because that person don't have awareness. So this is the reason. And when in the beginning time, when the student will live in class 8, class 9, class 10, then there will be necessary and compulsory lesson will include that what is the climate changing, and what is the harm of the climate changing, and how can we stop. Then every student will read it, because that will be compulsory. Then every student will know that yes, this is the climate changing, and it should be controlled, and if it will be not controlled, then what will happen. Then the student will know it very well, and that phase will be beginning for the student. Then he will always implement that things in his life, and he will never support to that person who is using bad type things, who is just making pollution in our environment. He will always object that person, because in beginning whatever we will achieve, whatever we will gain in our mind, that will be always fixed in our mind. As for example, we have just read about the ABCD in an ABCD, and we can say Ginti and other thing. Then now in this time we are knowing, we are just recalling that thing, we are knowing that what is that thing, what is that thing, because that time our mind will be very fresh, and easily we will acquire everything in easy way. So if the climate change chapter will be also included in our syllabus, then easily we will know what is the means of climate changing. Always we will know, because it's as a environmental chapter and it is a practical. then the people will know it very well. So the government should think about it. We can just suggest that how a government will just take only a small step, then and here is a very major problem can be controlled, because when our youth will be aware about the climate changing, then everything will be controlled. Every country's future is a youth, and if youth will be aware about this all types problem, then here is no any problem. Then the government should think about it, how we will control about this all types problem. Climate changing, very major problem of our country, not our country, every country is a major problem. So the government should think about it, that government have the authority, government has the power, then government can do anything, and government should think about it. Government should just fumble that yes, what can be happen, how it will be controlled. But in this time government is as like nepotism. Government are just taking a matter of the religion, and he is just thinking how will I get the more vote, how will I get the more support of the people. Then he's just choosing the religion, that this is your religion, this is your religion, my opposition is just opposite me, and he's telling my religion is not good. Government is taking these types matter, and government is just playing with the feeling of the person and people also, and he's just taking the vote. Government don't have any types we can say care that what is the climate changing. I am not telling that government is not doing this, but in this time I am saying that here is a lots of matter about the religion. Every person saying this religion is not good, every person are just saying that party is not good, that party is not good, I am good, but they are not doing any proper way. They are not thinking that how will the climate change will control, how will the pollution will be in. Nobody is thinking. So I think if anything can be happen, then the student will do this type thing, because student can do anything, and student is our power, student is our tomorrow. And when the student will know it very well that what can be happen, what are the major problem in our country, and then student will take. I know every student will be not serious, but more student when they will know and who is serious, he will know. Then when he will come in the majority, he will anyhow, because that he's serious, he will obviously he will do something good in his life. Then he will know what is the major issues of our country, then he will just try to get the solution of that issues, and he will just try, then it will be controlled. So the government should think about it. If government is not making any type of proper remedies, so government should just think about it, that how it will be controlled in tomorrow. Our party is just thinking that how we have to take the vote, how we have to just earn money, how we have to just do a lots of corruption. So the government should just give a glimpse of this hope, that if the youth will become, if youth will be know it very well, then the climate change will in control. So as you know that whatever I have told, that by the only one step, if the government will take it, then these types major problem can be controlled. So this was my opinion, and as like I have also told about it, as like I have also practiced in English, so you can also, I didn't use any video about the what is the climate change. It's my personal opinion, and now you can also speak as like this type. Everything is easy, but you have to just speak, you have to just start. In the beginning you will obviously you will start stammering, and then it's obviously everybody will do this type thing. I have also done this time. In this time I am also doing it many times. I am feeling that I am doing, but it didn't matter. It means not that I should be left this work. No, daily if I will do, then obviously I will do something good, not better, not best, but I will do something good, and that will be enough for me, for my satisfaction. So thank you so much for this, and I think if you will care about it, if you will just force on the government, then everything will be controlled.